Well, hello everyone, and welcome back, Jeff.
Hi.
Please, yeah,
Hi.
yeah. So Jeff is both poet and author of this fabulous book called Word of Mouth that I have enjoyed looking at and reading. And there's a poem about me in there, even. Oh my God! So
I didn't know you bought it.
I did,
You
I
surprised the
did.
shit out of me with that just now. Thank you, Aley. I didn't know
I don't
you.
want to
I
tell
haven't
you. I
been
just wanted.
looking
I
for
just
it.
wanted to pop up and say it. Yeah, yeah. And you can buy it on Amazon. I don't know if you sell it from yourself as well. I don't know if you get more if you do, but
No, I get the same.
uh, this one.
Uh, I get the same
Yeah.
either way.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
because I
you
have
get.
to go through the publisher. Yeah.
Oh, sure. And if you go to Amazon, you're a Prime person. You won't be charged for shipping anyway. But check it out. Jeff's. When I first met Jeff, I think you sent me. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 2. Yeah. I still have those wonderful poetry books because we talked about your poetry and so forth. And I said, this time I'm going to buy my copy of Jeff's book. So I was going to bring this up 2 weeks ago and I couldn't come because I didn't feel good. So if you get a chance, this is fabulous. And you can even say, this guy, how wonderful is that? Yeah. All right. So,
Hi,
yeah.
Linda. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Rossi. Hi,
Surprise, surprise,
Therapist.
surprise. Yeah.
Hi, Denise.
Tiffany, Mona,
Mary
Kendra,
Thornberry.
Crystal. All right, Mary says, I just stopped watching Susan Linda come over here and see you all, but she has something on that I suggest everyone go listen. Sorry, don't remember his name. I'm only halfway through it, but it's excellent.
I
Okay.
know. I know the feeling. I jump around quite a bit too.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
appreciate you coming to say hi, Mary. And you go watch it and come back. That's fine. That's fine with us. Teresa Levine's here, Anya's here. And let's see who else dropped in. Kelly McCall,
Thank you,
SRK.
Mona.
Yeah, well, Rossi, Linda Bishop, M. Steve. M. Steve just sent me a picture. He lost his sister this week, and so I'm sending him my love and condolences for his loss. And then Nancy's here. Oh, you're staying, Mary. Okay, all right, Mary. Well, we love you. You know that. You're one of Jeff and my favorite people. So we're glad you're here. Yeah. All right. So everybody, thanks for joining us. And oh, well, you're a sweetheart, Mary. Thank you, dear. So yeah, we're going to do some readings for you today. Jeff and I were just talking about, what, behind the scenes. There's apparently he's put up a new AI, what do you want to call it? Meme, I guess, about Russell Voigt being the Grim Reaper for the Democrats. Thought, oh,
And
there's
what's
class.
funny about this thing today about he just admitting he knew about Project 2020? He actually did it like 3 or 4 months ago.
Sure he
He
did.
publicly said, yeah, I knew about that. But now
Yeah.
it's like the media is picking it up and running with it. And I think that's a sign that even the media is kind of tiring of this or starting to pick up on the BS, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
the
I know.
reason they're not reporting on him and the reason that I latch on to this stuff is that I think you're getting more of an unbiased view from these, like Brian Tyler Cohen's and all these other people,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
unfortunately, and that's why I throw it out there, because with everything I hear, I'm just totally like, what? Like, are you serious? I mean, did you hear the part about zip tying kids today? It
Yes,
was
they
Mikhail
went to
Polinsky. I
Chicago
mean,
and
yeah,
yeah, they went into an
nude,
apartment
nude
building.
kids, naked.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
no,
did not hear that part. Oh my
no.
God, I'm so
Look it up.
well. What can we say? We know the pedophile in chief. I just read Hugh Hefner wouldn't let him ever come to the Playboy Mansion because he knew he was a
A pedo. Yeah, you
pedo.
can't
Yeah,
say it on YouTube. So
no, no.
yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. Thank you, Jill, for yeah, yeah. Is there a minimum time to reach out to a past relative? We can try, Steve, but sometimes they're so busy over there. They are, just getting used to all the fervor and the hubbub and stuff. A lot of people wait a month or so, but we can try. And if there's a message from sis, we can try. Okay? And hi, Sarah. Hibiscus healing. The kids were taken out of bed. Um, yep. Hi, Debbie Bachelor. Yeah, I know. It's
Rossi, yeah, that part I didn't know that they were taken out of bed. I didn't know about that. I mean, what I find so disturbing about it is every one of them had to be undressed to be zip tied. I mean, I don't know what zip tying really is, to be honest with you, but
little plastic things, Jeff. You fish the plastic through like this, and it's like circular, and then you pull it tight. So they
is
probably
it like to restrict them?
Yeah, and they probably did it behind their backs, I imagine, so that they wouldn't hit or kick. I don't know, but yeah, that's what they are.
Oh my God.
Oh, hello, Linda Swan from New Zealand. It's pouring rain. I'm sorry. It is here in Seattle too, Seattle, Washington. So, wow. Welcome though. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I know. Hugh did push that 18 quite a bit. He did.
Yep.
But I think we're talking younger and younger, of course. If Donald Trump were to come out on stage dressed as Daffy Duck and act like Daffy Duck, would the Republicans then declare him free? No, they wouldn't.
I wouldn't. And I don't think his base would either.
There's nothing.
I think what you're seeing now is kind of like where they're at, some of them.
Yeah.
Internally,
Yeah.
But
I do. I agree.
Yeah.
I know. There was another a water vehicle that was today in off the coast of and yeah. And so, all right, Nancy, I got it. Thank you.
Pete Hegseth was pretty excited. So,
yes, I don't know. There isn't one person in that group that makes me happy. Anyway, yeah. Well, we're going to change this up, everybody, and we're just going to do some readings, like a message on love or a message on getting a car or whatever you want. That's perfectly fine. But I don't get to talk to Jeff very often. And oh my God, that was so cute when you came into the show with me and Terry this morning. And Trooper was watching TV, and I was like, I hope it's still there.
And then I turned it up, and I didn't even need to turn it up. And he's the type that looks at the screen.
Yeah.
We have the Puppy Bowl on. And,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. He watched, Brody used to watch that every year. And I'd go to my uncle and say, no, you're joking, right? It's like, no, look. And then he showed me on the first year I was here. Serious.
That's adorable. That's adorable. So I said hi to him. I guess he looked, my dog, you can't have any animal on any movie or barking in the background. And she just goes ballistic. It's good and it's bad because if they're talking, you can't hear.
I know, right? Oh,
yeah. Kind of funny. Yeah. Hi, Christine. All righty then. So, M. Steve, we're going to take you first. And so if you're, how about that? Yeah, I like this. We'll ask your dad, Irving, maybe how your sister was met, because you can be sure Irving was right there. So yeah, let's see what we can find out. All right. How old were you, Jeff, when you lost your folks?
Father, not. I mean, my mother's still alive. She's
she is. Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Father at 2022, I lost him. I was 47.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, I had hit 47.
Yeah.
It was April.
Okay.
He died in July.
Okay. Yeah, it's not easy to lose anybody, really, but
no.
I know you're an only child, so. All right. And your uncle is your father's brother?
Mm-hmm. His little brother. Yeah. By that, I mean 1961.
Okay. He's a boomer.
Versus 1950. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 11 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's my brothers and I were 9 and 13 years apart. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah, it was hard. They were gone by the time I was in
that's hard.
4th grade, I guess, or
That's too
something.
much. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. All right. So, Steve, the first card I get is the strength card. And there is the woman. She's tethered by a rope to something, but it's not tight, it's loose. So I'm feeling like your dad is saying she is still tethered to the earth, but she is loosening that tether. And she's doing okay here, and but she's still looking down on all of you, and she hasn't quite made that full transition because it does sometimes take a while. But he said, I've got her with me, and we are doing fine, both of us. And she realizes that even though people were with her when she passed, and even though people knew that she wasn't well, it was hard to bear the truth. But she wants her dad, your dad says she wants you to know that she, even though she's left her earthly garden, she's in heaven in the hands of what she believed in the most. And I get the sense that she's got some things she wants to work on, and she's making the adjustments and so on. I don't even know if you've had a funeral for her yet. So Dad's saying all in time, all in time. That's what I'm getting.
It's funny that Aley said something about truth at the end, because at the end I did get of the current energy now. I got the Page of Swords. I got the sense that she may have gone too early.
Okay.
In some sense, like she had some things that she wanted to do that she hadn't done yet. I got the King of Swords coming in, which seems to me the heavy hand of maybe him, but I don't necessarily know why, because if this is his energy attached to hers, I feel like there was some bond or something that broke apart between those two, because this came in, this sort of energy that wasn't fully resolved. And so as far as the message goes, I did get the hope card that somewhere in between, something Aley said too about the in between, I don't feel like she's fully transitioned, because this is giving me the sense that she has unresolved things, because this is about harnessing the energy between so above, so below, so both. I don't think she's ready yet. I also had this that she's trying to iron out some of the kinks maybe that would have been apparent either in a relationship with him or with someone else. Then with the Five of Swords, which is reversed, I don't think that I don't feel like she had clarity on a lot of different things that would have been something you'd want to have closure on before you passed. And I feel like that's why she's in limbo. And she's working again in her own way now to conquer that before she transitions thoroughly, because this is about working that stuff out and learning, kind of assimilating it.
Beautiful. And he said he sees that she's relieved of her burdens. And I think when one is ill and has to rely on other people all the time just to exist, basically, worries about being that burden to somebody else. And so there must be that feeling of relief that she, doesn't have to do that anymore either. But I'm so sorry she had a serious health decline. And yes, you just know your dad was there to meet her. Yeah. So
I can't remember. Yeah, Steve, sorry about that too. And I feel bad because you had just said something that had been a slow decline for years. That's hard. But I still feel like she had stuff she wanted to say and do.
Sure. She wasn't that old.
Do. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think she was in her 30s, but she was probably in maybe early 60s, Steve, I'm guessing, or 50s. Yeah. So I only saw a picture of her, so I don't know. And it was a while ago. So anyway, I don't know. Nowadays, we all say, oh, that person passed so early. But when my parents were, I still think my parents passed early. But nowadays, it would be a surprise because they were in my mother was in her 60s, and she was, she didn't look like she was falling apart at all, 70, she was 71.
That's when my dad died. Yeah. And by
Really?
today's standards, that's considered young. And that's one of the things I struggle with. But I also want to tell you, Steve, for some reason, I'm just going to throw this out there. I heard the word blueberries and I saw blueberries. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Did she like blueberry muffins or something, Steve? Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, yeah, that to me, that's young, but I just turned 70. So
yeah, it is young by today's standards, but
it's relative.
It is. Yeah. It's relative probably to the time.
Absolutely. Anyway, much love to you, Steve. All right. All right. So Linda Swan, we're going to read for you next, and we will give whatever message that comes through for you, if that's all right for you. Let's see. After will be Nancy and SR, Denise, Debbie Batchelor, Mona, Rossi, and Kim. That's who I have on the deck here. Yeah. Your new phone sucks to set up, Denise. Yes. Oh, you were replying to Kim. I had to do that. I had to have my phone completely wiped for some reason. It just wouldn't work. And I thought, OMG, this is good. I had to do it with my television too. Oh, I hate that.
Linda, they're telling me something about the beat of your own drum, and they're showing me this part. I don't know if it's headaches or eye issues. I don't know if it's cataracts or what it is, but there's something really burdensome right now. I'm mixing, and I've been doing this a lot in my readings on my channel, mixing Lenormand because I really like that. I saw it through someone else on here that I like. But they don't talk to me anymore. So what I'm trying to say to you is that the sensation that I'm getting here is that there's something that needs to be cleaned out. And I'm not necessarily sure, because of the headache, if it's noise, that you have a lot of noise around you, or when they are showing me the beat of the own drum, they're showing me like a band, and they're showing me this fierce conformist movement. And then I got this for you too. This is obviously a broom. There's something you need to clear out right now, because the tower's coming in. It's a very stressful time for you. It might have to do with some new endeavor, as far as something within the family that is something that was encouraged but never really explored fully, is what they're telling me. I got the Hangman reversed. So you've been holding on to something that I don't think has been able to be cleared out yet. And if there were just, some way that you could come together with this person, you think it would be better, but it's really about reconciling and forgiving yourself. Yeah. So it's coming in pretty quickly for you. There's almost a new way of having to look at it that's going to help you. The fear is that you might have to do a lot of deliberate work at night, like shadow work. But I think in the end, what my spirit guides are telling me is that the only way to resolve this is, and it's your father for some reason that seems to be coming through here, by not ducking and hiding is what I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Well, all right. So this might go along with what you're talking about. I have here that you have some either expectation, or someone else has an expectation of you that you are having either trouble fulfilling, or you don't really think people should have an expectation of you. And I don't. That's how I feel. I know if somebody says, well, I expected to hear from you yesterday. Well, you shouldn't have expected to, because I was busy or whatever. So there's an expectation there. And then I get allowance. They want you to allow yourself to feel as though you can express your feelings or what it is you are thinking without worrying about judgment. And I love this because she's sort of a mermaid in the water, and the water representing emotions. And so both these cards tend to seem to have emotions tied to them. And they're wanting you to have the courage to stand up for yourself and be who you want to be without any expectation or not being able to allow. That's what I'm getting for you. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Thank you so very much. All right. Oh, Pink Lily's here too. That's wonderful. Jeff, another, what is that deck? That's
Yeah, it
what
was
Norm,
oil
Norman?
painter asked the Omnito Lenormand, which I really love that I'm mixing with the tarot.
Oh,
So anytime it's like a fortune or if it's a question about what if is going to happen versus energy, I go toward a deck like this instead. But
yeah.
I mix them now
Uh-huh.
just for something different.
Yeah. I love that, Jeff. I do. I always mix up my cards all the time. Yeah, I do. I love doing it. All right. So Nancy wonders, will she be able to sell her car? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but the first thing I saw was the color red, and I don't know if it was a warning, but then I heard ambulance chaser. I don't know if you had some sort of litigation or something lately, but some sort of like maybe untoward lawyer or something. I don't know. Let me see.
Oh. She said no. She didn't have an accident.
I don't know what that was about then.
Denise, that's cool. Yeah. You're welcome, Linda Swan. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Kim.
They're telling me not to buy the first thing you see that you're going to like. They are telling me, though, that you have the right mindset about it, but it could be undermined. And I'm going to tell you why. The end result was movement and the messaging. And this also can be the media and a political reading or getting a message. I don't know if this is about necessarily credit, but there's something here where you got two queens. You got the Queen of Cups as the initial energy. And then you had this Four of Swords come in reverse. I think you really, really need this for practical purposes more than just obviously for the hell of it. Because this came into, and you've been doing the homework about it, but the time has come now to make a decision. I feel like you're almost there. They're showing me like 2 or 3 different possibilities. And then you got the King of Pentacles reversed. So internally, I feel like you might be penny pinching a little bit, but you're also kind of, this came up reversed in the external. So I feel like the thing you have to be worrisome is, I don't know if there's a certain pre-owned you have your eyes on, because they showed me a jalopy. Try to test drive more than a few, because I feel like in the past you might have had issues where things broke down unexpectedly. And then I got the Page of Cups coming in. So that's an offer. There's an offer. And then I did get this. So my answer is yes, that you're going to sell it. But I'm hearing something about what you're going to trade it in more for. I didn't read the whole question until just now. But I'm feeling like you're in a good position right now.
It's not trying to, she says she's not trying to buy. No, she just wants to sell.
Okay. Yeah. You are going to sell that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I have the same thing. I have the 3 of Wands, which said, things are going to go okay with you. Efforts will bear fruit. Then I get the Sun. You'll be happy because there's some money. But it may take a little bit of like chess. You make this, so you need to be strategic. In other words, if somebody says, if you want $1,000, oh, can I get you down to 500? Well, no,
Yeah.
Barter and say, well, I know I can get it somewhere else. That's always worked for me as well, because you don't have to, and maybe you do have to sell it, but you don't have to let them know you have to sell it. So there you go. Thank you so much. Yes, you guys, Denise and Jill, it was Monday. Yeah, it was last Monday, the 29th. Oh, all right. Hi, Jen B. Just was thinking about you this morning, saying, Haven't seen Gen B. All right, there you go. All right, so SR would love a message for love. All right.
SR, they're putting a heavy emphasis on your heart chakra and your high heart chakra tonight for some reason, and breathing in and out from there. I don't know why, but let's see. I don't know if you've found out something about somebody that you once loved, or that, because the Six of Wands, when it comes in reversed, is about floods or something unexpectedly bad. But at the same time, too, it can be like a diagnosis about something or a revelation about a situation, because this came in too. It's the answer. So I feel like, yeah, you're minimizing your own love of yourself is what I'm hearing.
That's what I got. Oh my
God.
God.
The love that I'm getting here is not about love of someone else. It's about someone else. I mean, you're missing the bigger picture is what they're telling me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, here we go. See, that's care. That's love in the Lenormand. They're also showing me this too, that, and I don't know necessarily if you've ever tried, because if it's an institution of love, I'm thinking of like dating apps or, things where singles clubs back, I'm dating myself by even saying that term, but I'm thinking along the lines that you've tried a lot of different ways to find love. And then the Knight of Cups, this is kind of another thing, not channeling your own energy into yourself enough, but at the same time too, with the Knight of Cups, that's someone that can be promising you something. That's what you're attracting. Because you do have high expectations for yourself, but I don't think the expectations are in order with always how good you are, is what they're telling me. Yeah. So to other people, it's like, well, she wants it a certain way, but I can't exactly, like, I feel like a lot of people may have been just a little bit short with you. In other words, they've fallen a little bit short, but it's because there's something in you at this point. Yeah. A higher self. I feel like there's a part of you that's looking for the exact perfect thing. And you might be a bit of a perfectionist yourself. So that's why you're looking at it. You need to stop for a minute and actually ask yourself, is it someone else I want, or is it me that I need to focus on first? Yeah. That's what I heard. That was a little rough, but.
Yeah, but I got the same sort of message for you, SR, because I have here, please accept yourself. And that means to love yourself. Yeah. It's like accept yourself, understand that you are important, that you are beautiful, you are a loving creature, and that you're happy to look in a mirror and say that, that's me. And that doesn't mean you're vain or anything. It just means I accept myself the way I am, because all of us have something in ourselves we don't particularly care for. And they're asking that you put a light up higher near your head, because it's too low. You can't see the beauty. And they're wanting you to see the beauty in all that you are. Once you can do that, then you can also find the love of another. And the last one I have is unfurl the wings of forgiveness. So if there's anyone that you have to forgive yourself first, and then you can forgive others as well. These are very clear, and Jeff's were so much like it. These just happen to be short, short little messages that seem to fall right into place. So yeah, love yourself, dear. Yeah.
I felt bad, so I wrote her back. I'm like, a little bit. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I blurt out whatever, you have to. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh my God, I have to put this up. You just saw Eddie Murphy's Bowie, remember? And he was also Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. I love that when he was, it's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. Oh God, you guys, that makes me happy. Thank you. All right, so we got a real dilemma here. A mega wedding tomorrow. Any warnings I should look for? You're
I
welcome.
immediately saw the wedding dress for some reason. I don't know why. And the purity, and I also saw the champagne and the cake. So I think it's my my own wants right now, not the dress.
Oh, it's your grandson's. Okay.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh, yes, he did play that part well. Oh my. I guess, Denise, my first thing is you'll have to give up with the idea that first of all, it's going to be somewhat normal, but also the idea that you're on opposite of ends of the spectrum, and just make it about, and I know you will, just make it about his day. Otherwise, it could be really hard to go to a place like that. If somebody brings up, you're scared. Is it because they know
there are people around her grandson that are worse than they are?
Oh,
that's what they're telling. Well, that's what my guides are telling me, that are more MAGA than she knows, or she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have to go? I mean, I hate to say that, it's your grandson, but if you're feeling scared, maybe you don't need to put yourself in that. Let's see what the cards say.
Yeah, you're not going to be, you need to stay clear of, I don't know how, I don't know if you drink, but they're telling me that you shouldn't drink tomorrow, because I feel like
it's going to guns and alcohol.
She's going to be hearing stuff that she's not going to like, is what I'm getting, because I got the Six of Swords reversed again, which is a flood of something coming in. And then I got the Secrets, or the Moon, where you're going to be hearing a lot of SHIT that is bad about.
And probably not about lying. Yeah.
But, and then, this to me would be normally the Constitution. It came in reverse. There's no truth. There's stuff that you're going to hear that you're going to want to call out BS on. Also, I got, this is your wisdom, but this is also about a long time. I feel like this is the type of energy that is not going to be changed ever, because it came in the subconscious position. These people are not receptive to any new way of thinking. And of course, the obstacle card, it's not good. Try to find people there that your intuition tell you are of like mind, and I can't really show that card, I guess, anymore. Seven of Wands. And the fear, you are steadfast in your beliefs, so the challenge for you is going to be abstaining from telling people off. Two of Pentacles reversed. The two sides. So in other words, when it comes in that house, what it's meaning to me, these people are diehard MAGA. They're diehard.
She said that they're Christian nationals. Yeah.
Wow.
We're talking
like, I'm thinking, I heard when I saw the white at first, I didn't think of this until something came into my head. I'm thinking like KKK. Like, these are hardcore MAGA people. We're not just talking about people that are disaffected, that, between one election and the other, will kick the bum out type of thing. These are like hardcore.
No. Well, it's been elevated so high that's what it's become. Yeah. I would, if I was a grandmother and I was supposed to go, I don't always feel very well, Denise, if you know what I mean. So you can show up at the church. Show up at the church. I'm sorry, I cannot go to the reception because I'm just not feeling right today. Or, you don't have to lie if you don't want to, but you have that. You're an older woman, so you can do that. Because I get that a grenade is going to go off, and I don't maybe mean really like a real one, but metaphorically, it's going to be really, really bad. And you don't need to be around that energy. And it would be bad for your health, by the way, if you were. And the last card I get is go home where your dog is and balance yourself out. You go to this, you show up, and then you say, well, I don't know if you need to tell them you're not going. I don't even know if they'll care if you don't go to the reception. No.
Because the first thing I saw was, I just saw someone standing alone, and it was you in front of the cake, in front of the gown as the bride. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Kim. It shouldn't be discussed, but we've got such a horrible divide, and a lot of people aren't going to. They're just, after today's video explains how I was crying. Okay. It's a Catholic church.
And it's
Well,
funny too, because Catholics were persecuted in the 40s and 50s too, and here we are. You just never know who's going to be persecuted next. Bring around the rosy,
But I would feel more safe in a church.
The people persecuting are in a church that's Catholic. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yes. Yep. I absolutely do. Denise, do what your gut tells you. Do what Gaelic tells you. And you're very intuitive. And I think that most everybody here. That's why you keep thinking of moving.
The cards were awful. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to come out and say it, but yeah, they sucked.
They did, Denise. Yeah, we love you. We want you to be safe. Yep. Church only if you go there. If you decide that's what you want to do, and that's probably what I would have to do. Actually, I might not even go, but I don't have grandchildren, so I don't know. So
yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what I'd do because I'm not in that situation. Anyway, much love to you, my dear. That's kind of a scary thing to have to be thinking about. So, all right. Hi, Debbie. You, a message from her spirit guides. All right. Next is Mona, then Rossi, then Kim, and then Sue, Ellen, and Sherry Laidler. All right. Hope Leo gave a good message to the ultra-conservative. Yeah, and they don't like him at all. Yeah. What have we got for you, my dear?
I'm hearing two things, Debbie, but I'm going to throw cards on it. I'm hearing for whom the bell tolls, and then I heard something about God waiting for nobody. But let me see here what this is about.
Okay. I know, Denise. I'm sorry. It breaks my heart too. It really does. All right. Well,
there's this divide between something that you want to exact as far as a plan is concerned, and you're very methodical. But what my guides are telling me is that the message, because what you got is the Queen of Swords. You're very methodical and strategic, but the plan had a sudden shift in it. And I don't think it was something that, in other words, it almost felt like you were chosen for something else at that given time, but you felt like the rug was pulled out from under you and you didn't hear the message the right way. They're also telling me too that you have this ability that in the past to navigate a situation and make, lemonade from lemons. But the problem became this crazed sort of frenzy that was around you. I'm almost feeling like it was a shift in either a life journey or death at the same time that something was going on career-wise. And then the Hermit came in. There was no time to actually sit and reflect. So what they're trying to tell me is, with the For Whom the Bell Tolls and with the other one, God Waits for Nobody, you're very strict in terms of feeling like time is running out, and you're always striving to be better. But take some time for yourself, because I think with the Hermit reversed, you're not doing enough of that, Debbie.
Right. Hello, Tamatha. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. So I got a really cool card for you, Debbie. I get independence. And, all of us ladies of any age really need to have our own independence, as well as if we want to connect with others, of course. But I'm getting you standing here firmly and saying something like, I need to make the choices myself. I need to figure this out myself. I need to move forward myself. And that's your strength is what I'm getting. And you also have some aims that you're heading towards. And this is like the second show I've done, but I've keep pulling up keyholes in my cards. And there's a keyhole in this one as well. So it's like you're looking through the keyhole before you open the door because you want to make sure of what you see and be prepared for it. Finally, I get, once you do all of the work, you will be able to transmute what it is that you
Yeah.
want to do. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good word for what you're doing. So there you go. Wow. You've helped so many and they're upset. I quit doing everything. Honey, they will soak you for the rest of your life. They would. Yeah.
You were telling me just now, it's funny you said that because I drew the Page of Cups card, and I actually, the Knight of Cups I drew for you, of what's coming up for you. I didn't go through the whole thing because I didn't feel like taking away from other people's questions, but I got the Knight of Cups, which means an offer to yourself because it was in the internal position of what you're attracting. Fall in love with yourself again. That's the message I got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, they'll never appreciate you until you stop doing it, and then it's your fault. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much love to you, Debbie. Yeah. All right. So Miss Mona, an October reading from her guides. All right. Let's see what we can come up with here.
They're showing me the earth shaking beneath you, or like zigzagging for some reason, like going this and then doing this and then doing this and then doing this. I don't know why they're showing me that, Mona.
Wow. I have a couple of work cards that came in here. I have the Three of Pentacles, which means it could be work through your differences with a partner. But I see here you're good at your work and people notice. And maybe you don't feel like people really notice. The interesting card is that you are very ambitious. And this is what they're noticing, that you go the extra mile, perhaps. And that if you don't have an outside job, it could be just the way you are with people or the way that you live your life, that you, and people notice you because you're different than a lot of other people are. You're kinder, or you're, grounded and helpful. And the last card I get is, I hope you dance. In other words, dancing is an activity that we can do to show our joy for something. Or we could just, sort of sway to some of the sadder stuff, but try to do a little bit of movement because it really gets things going for you. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm also getting for you in the position of the hope and fear, and I'm getting dizzy. I got the Queen of Swords energy upright, which to me is about equilibrium. That's Libra. Even if it's not Libra, to me, it's about even-handedness. There's something as far as it's like the way that you're being drawn to something isn't healthy. There's something coming in here about, and I don't know because haven't had the screen for a while, but Judgment reverse. There's this like sense that in corruption. I feel like part of your growth or your evolution is calling something out because you've been so loyal for so long. You're sitting in that energy, but like you're seeing the things that are abusive. I don't know if it's patriarchal, if it's something with your family, but this is coming in, and then this is coming into, this is transactional, or it can be about foreign travel. I don't know if you had gone somewhere and then found out in the realization that something was wrong, or you had the plan hijacked. But what they did show me was, this is coming up for a lot of people tonight, the Knight of Cups. I don't think, I feel like you're at either something within perimenopausal or something going on with dizziness, or there's this sense of like not connecting to something that you need to connect to. And you feel like if you don't connect to it quick, you'll be out of sorts.
It's her ascension symptoms.
Is that what it is? Okay. And then the world reversed. See, here there's a delay. There's something coming in for you that's going to be big because you're going to have that even-handedness again because it's in the hope and fear. It's there. And then look, you get this travel sort of sensation again. I don't know if it now it makes sense. It's not travel in the literal sense. It's probably the ascension vibe, I guess. Yeah.
We've got an awful lot of people that I'm continuously dizzy, and my blood pressure's been up and down, but finally today it's a little more regulated. But there's just a lot going on, and sunspot activity.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
And all the stuff in the world with the shaking and the earthquakes.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Absolutely. And she said she likes to dance in the rain, so that made me happy. Good for her. All right. So Miss Rossi. So I told a couple people that the other night, on Monday night, I was on with Marina and Arthur. And Arthur we were all giving personal readings. And the next thing you know, Arthur is slumped over in his chair. And it scared everybody because I thought he was frozen. That's what it looked like. But he wasn't. He was moving a little bit. And he's a diabetic. So everybody's like, oh, what's going on? And I'm going, Arthur. And so, and Marina's trying to call him. And next thing you know, he puts up his head like this. And he said, oh, yeah. And he said, I just got a download. He said, something big's going to happen October 17th. I don't know what it is.
I saw him say that on his Sunday show.
Okay.
Last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And that's the day before the No Kings. So, yeah. All right, Rossi, let's see what we can get for you, girl.
For some reason with Rossi, they were just showing me like a patch of hay, Hay. I don't know why, but. Oh boy.
Now don't do that. You scare us.
Rossi's calling out some. I've said this to her before, but I'm predisposed to thinking it with these cards. She's going to be calling out somebody for something this month. She's going to be in her full authority. I don't know what month her birthday is, but I'm getting this like idea.
It's October. Yeah.
Is it October?
She just said, "Oh, I'm getting a birthday present." Yeah.
Yes.
And it must be the 17th, Rossi.
Because the candle just made me think evocatively of a birthday. But let me tell you something about what I think's going on here. Mm-hmm. The Wheel of Fortune came in reverse. That's karma hard, but it's also karma hard from a standpoint of something within a family where something is either generationally convoluted or difficult, or there's something going on with mistreatment. But with this, there's this opportunity to either reconcile or heal it. But they're telling me with you, it's about calling it out. This isn't your karma. This is someone else facing you. And I feel like this is you having to have all the projection of the negativity. I feel like you wear the burden of something within your family because you're all in black here. But you have in the subconscious, you're always talking yourself out of regret. And this isn't about you. This is about them. And I'm thinking like the hay might be something, incendiary that could be lit to cause something. Empress reverse. Really, in the past, you had to do a lot of soul searching to realize that you don't need to take on anyone else's shit, is what they're telling me. And then for this month, you got the Sun, and then you got Justice reversed. So, in the external position, you're going to be, because this is about you in total. So they're telling me that you're attracting a lot of people around you who might not like the hard truth, is what I'm hearing. Okay. But look, you got the Hope card in the Hope house.
Yeah.
And you got the Queen of Wands. This is going to be a fantastic month for you, but I feel like you're going to be in your full authority.
Yeah.
And some people might not like it.
That's right. So, Libra, they're the balancer and the judge. The judge is the Libra. Yeah. So I'm having here that you are very, you got the Horse, which is freedom loving, is determined. And I think that's what Jeff was saying. You have the endurance to go the full distance. That's what this card says. But again, balance. Oh my God, there's a Libra for you. Make sure that you take care of yourself and your spiritual pursuits, and also in your own life. And I get control room goals. So this cracks me up because it's basically you have the ability to control whatever is happening, because you have the key, or you have the knob you can change. And so, yeah, just know that it is your month. It's very strong for you. Yes, very much so. Wow. You suffer no fools. That's right, Rossi. I love that. All right. Have to remember closer to your birthday to say happy birthday, but if I'm sure I will. All right. This is Kim, Red Dragon. And after I have Sue, Ellen, and Sherry. And yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking for like different cards. I'm being called.
Oh, I get it. No, I know. I have to do that sometimes. It's like they scream at you and say, over here, over here.
Yeah, I don't know why though.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Red Dragon, do you have any training in finance or any training in why they're telling me this gemology, or have you ever worked in jewelry or something like that? Hold on a second. I don't know. Huh.
Is it okay if I go?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure something out.
No, take your time. I have here the Page of Swords. And so I'm feeling, though, you might have some projects that you're going to start, and you're going to be looking at and studying the different details of the project. So that's what I get first. And then I have, it could be with a project with your soul. It could be deeper down and looking for your soul's, I won't say purpose. I think you pretty much are in charge of your own purpose. But looking deeply into one's soul, one can ascertain why they might have come into the life, why they chose the bodies they did, or their parents they did. Because the next card says, seek your truest self. Now, I know that you do not wear a mask, but it might be that there are others who are around you, and I don't mean mom, but people that you may know that are masking up and not being who they truly are. And they're just reminding you to be as authentic as possible in every encounter that you have.
So, I don't know if there's any sort of hypochondriacal, like hypochondriac or energy in your family of self-sabotage. But there is also, by the same token, to the certain naivete that you had that I feel was lost when you were a kid. I mean, it's lost for all of us, so that's a really stupid thing to put in a reading. But on the one hand, what I think is happening is you're coming full circle back around to that way. You want to have that sort of playful mentality, but there is someone around you that really coming up for you. You don't need to bend or compromise for them anymore. And I kind of feel like within the family, they might have gotten some sort of attention for being bad because you were always the optimistic type. You might have been highlighted or chosen for something, but by the same token, justice wasn't always just for you. You might have been singled out. So you sat in that energy for a long time. And then with that family aspect, and then it was something in the subconscious where it's interesting. She said something about choosing the family. You were meant to incarnate into that particular family, but I am getting from this a lot of family energy. I got the 7 of Wands reversed. There was lying around you. There was someone lying deeply and or it's to the point where it was like dogmatic. Someone is not changing the way you would like them to change, yet there's still part of you that's hopeful. There's that glimmer of one hope, and even though everything is obstacle-wise showing you logically that they're not going to change, and you know this came in externally, you know the secrets, and you know what they've already done. You're warranting, even though the diagnosis and the outlook is poor, you want to find that compromise with them. So what they're telling me is, I don't know who this is. I don't know what the situation is, but there is a way to mend fences, is what they're telling me.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that means.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Kim. All right. So this is interesting. Sue Toffee, we were talking about in the beginning about Steve's sister passing at 71. And Sue says, why did my mom leave me? Her name was Van when she was 62 years old. But then you brought up the word blueberry. And she said, blueberry is a lost stray cat she has. So I don't know if you were connecting with her at that
I must have
point.
been connecting with someone's energy.
Yeah, Steve said his sister always ate well with, vegetables and fruit. And so that made sense, but I think it really hit Sue. So, yeah. So what do you really want to, I guess you want to know why your mom left at 62. Yeah. Okay. I believe that not all of us recognize that there are exit points that we choose. If things aren't going well, we kind of say, this is going to be an exit point. And we can choose at that exit point not to exit, to stay and say, I think I'll stay until the next one or whatever it is. I just want to say off the top of my head before pulling cards that she must have made a determination in her contract to come down here, that what she wanted to do and how she wanted to do it. And it could be it wasn't going as she hoped, or it could be that she just really felt like she was done, which makes it really hard for those of us who are left behind. Yeah, I lost my mom when I was 33 years old. And, that's not real old or real young, I mean, because people lose their moms at 5 and 6 and 10 and things like that. But it was way too young for my liking. And then my dad was gone within 4 more years. So why did they do that? It's because I came in at the ends of their sort of lives. I don't know how old your mom was when you were born, but I think she really, isn't it? Here it is. It was destiny, Sue. It was just, wow. Yeah, it was destiny. Something occurred at that time that was meant to be, and it was her destiny. It looks like she persisted with them and kind of argued with them at some point and said, look, I've got my daughter and I don't want to leave her behind. And, she might have argued with them, but she finally recognized and got insight on what it was. And I still think that she wants forgiveness from you for having to leave you so young or so early in your journey together. But ultimately, we make those decisions for our best interests, not those necessarily around us.
So I feel like your connection with her transcends this life, and I'm going to come into that in a minute. But the thing that I heard was, I see, but I don't know. Or like it was almost like being blind in one way, but not using the faculty of the wisdom that was had. And I kept seeing someone sitting by not a ventilator, but the screen, like an echocardiogram machine where the things are going up and down. But it was time. I mean, this burden had to be released is what I got, is the focal point energy. The healing energy or the surprise. This was no surprise to anybody. I feel like even to her, she was suffering in some way for a while. I feel like there were things that might have been presented to sustain life, but I don't feel like, I don't know if it was taxing on her body still, or if there was a place where she went in her own mind that made things worse, or if she had some sort of concussive issue. But she had for a long time, this is minimization or eating away at her. There weren't just things physically wrong with her. I'm getting the sense that there was something emotionally going on too that was never explored between the two of you, because this came in subconscious that was key. This came into reversed, which means that there was this clarity right before she died about something with you. And then I got the Chariot, which was she promised you she'd never leave, I heard when I drew this card. This can be a contract that's broken. Also, it's the month of July. The Four of Cups came in, which is a sort of ambivalence. The hope and fear was that you still feel like you could have done something differently. And, I can tell you, you're never going to get through that. There's always going to be that inkling because you're human. And then this came in. So the truth, the hope and fear was that the last rites or whatever I'm seeing with this, but you're still tied to, this is what I was saying in the beginning of this. I feel like you have a connection beyond this life. That's stupid in a way, because you can't really define something like that, like what that's about. But that's the biggest thing about this, is that her cycle here was done. What Aley said in the beginning was true. It was time.
Seems unfair.
Yeah,
I know my mother lost her mother at 5 years old. My mother was so young.
Yeah.
And that's a big hole for us. When we lose our mother anyway, whatever age, it's a hole for us. But yeah, anyway. I want to put this up because Mary just put this up. Jeff asked about gems. There are rocks under your house that I don't know starting to energize, or they're trying to get your attention. They have to speak. Wow.
Okay. So maybe that's what I was getting to, if Mary's getting it too.
Yeah. Mary's very intuitive. Very good. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. And Willow, I hope you're okay, girl. I'm worried about where you are. And anyway.
Yeah, there's a sinking feeling in my stomach right now.
I know. Yeah. I emailed you about a week ago, I guess, to see how you were. But I know that you may not be around anywhere to get your email. So yeah.
I got something about the rug being pulled out, I think.
She did. She was basically kicked out. Yeah. And
that's awful.
It is. She was doing all the work to help, when that happened. I know. Okay, so we have Ellen R. Then we have Sherry, and then we have Mel B. That's the last one. Mel B will be the last one we can do tonight. Jeff and I are going to be together actually on October 17th. It seems like that was a good plan.
Yeah. If Arthur, yeah.
Thanks, Ellen.
Plus, I'm 50 and a half that day.
Oh, you are? Okay. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I was thinking that when you were born, I was probably a sophomore in college, and I was a wild thing. So I could have technically been your mother, if you know what I mean. Yeah. All right. What do we got for you, Ellen? Ooh, I like that. I haven't seen that card. All right. So the first one I got is they want you to court the feminine. So they'd love you to spend a little more time on your feminine side, which I know you guys all know that we have masculine and feminine energy in us, no matter what sex or gender we are. But look at her. She almost looks like Marie Antoinette in one of those really high hats, during the enlightenment. Make sure you don't get too close to a candle. But I love this. So maybe they want you to, I don't know, dress up or maybe go out to eat or something. I did that for my birthday. I got a new top and a new pair of pants, and I felt like, wow, I felt all dressed up, So maybe that's what it is. Court your feminine and embrace it. The second one I get is balance, and that really does go along with this, that if you aren't balanced in your energies, it may feel as though you're a bit tipsy, off, whatever it is. And so the balance would be between the two. So maybe you're not spending enough time in the feminine energy. The last card I have for you is restraint. And she's holding onto a box, or there's a gold box in front of her. And I'm wondering if you have, it's going to be a great day for you. Well, maybe it's a gift. And it might be so exciting that you can't restrain yourself from wanting to open it. So we'll just put it that way. Yeah. There you go.
I'm getting huge boredom for you, Ellen, and I don't like the energy of this boredom, because the way it started was I thought you might have a fear of big crowded spaces. But then when I looked at the cards and then I heard what Aley was saying, and then I drew the cards, I'm getting like the exact same thing. What I got was a self-choice, just not to do, to kind of stay within a certain range and not really, in other words, there's nothing really that takes you or moves you or surprises you or shocks you. And it's kind of like you're kind of getting more cynical maybe as you get older, because for a long time I kind of think like a cycle is kind of ending with this. You're sitting in this energy of a burden. And what they were telling me is your guides on one hand are saying, get out more. And then the other side of it is like, but she's done everything, or she's seen everything, or she's been in situations not of her making where she's seen things she doesn't want to see anymore. Because this came in the subconscious position for you, meaning there's indifference. And then you got the Chariot coming in reversed as what you're attracting. People are, or you are rather, you really don't want to put yourself out there for some reason. And I don't know what that's in reference to. I don't think it's a relationship, but I kind of feel like you might have signed something in the past or committed to something and it didn't pan out the way you wanted it to, or it might have been rough travel. But it's clear to you because, from everything that you've done, in you have all the answers. What they're telling me is really, don't be afraid to show a side of yourself that you haven't shown maybe in years, because there are people out there that are just like you that want to hear it. And if you're either silencing yourself or restricting yourself in any way, they're telling me that even though you might have a fear of crowds, because that's what they showed me in the beginning, there's an audience for something that you have. I just don't know what that is. That's what I got for you. Yeah.
That's really cool. Wow. All right. Okay, Sherry, I hope you're still here, sweetheart. Any messages from your guides, financial or love? All right. All right. And next, Mel B. Just let us know, Mel B., that you're still here as well, please. Yeah. Financial love. That lover's card comes up almost every reading, Jeff.
Yeah, it does come up every reading for me, and I don't know why.
I
have no clue.
Oh my
I don't shuffle that well because of my motor skill issue that I've had since I was a kid. It took me. They used to do things with contours and try to, I just have gross motor skill problems that made gym hard and whatever. But they would test me because it was it like in second grade. Math was a challenge for me until about like 6th or 7th grade. But like my vocabulary at like, first grade was like, what I mean, very high. But my
Yeah.
math was horrible. So,
Oh, honey, you and I are totally alike. I still have
horrible. Yeah.
Thanks,
But
Sherry. You
yeah.
feed your baby. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Sherry, is anyone in your family a foodie? I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean like creativity wise. I'm wondering because that's the first thing I heard.
Okay.
But let me see what the cards say.
Oh my goodness. I don't know, Sherry, if this is for love or money, but I think you could probably find an answer for either one. The first thing that gets the 9 of Wands. The love one says resolving challenges with a partner, if that's a problem. The money one says the worst is over. You have some stability coming. So you're standing strong, holding on to those wands, and you're Now, Jeff mentions food, and what comes up was the hamburger. No fries, just the hamburger. It says you're wanting convenience or you're feeling unsatisfied about something. But if you're unhealthily eating, that's why it came up for Jeff, I think. So be careful what you eat. You can manifest money, or love, whatever. You've got the magic in you, and you just don't believe it, but really you do. And you just need to work on your manifesting skills. And yeah, I love this card because I love magic so much. You do have magical powers. All right. Oh, her daughter's a foodie. Okay.
Okay, so this is weird because I don't know. They're showing me someone like hugging themselves, but they're not hugging themselves out of love. They're doing it out of protection. You get a lot of protection cards. I'm getting the sense that you've been burned a lot. And I'm going to tell you why. I got the moon reverse. This is something that came out about something or a secret, but then I got the challenge was you had to redefine the boundaries. This is a card for me about boundaries. And then this is a card about on top, the bear, about protection, right? And then there was a sort of infidelity that came in. I think the wisdom that was garnered from that, my guides are telling me that you're justified in everything that you believe. And this is weird because, most readings, they want to tell you, to let go a little bit. I'm actually hearing you shouldn't, because I'm getting this warm sensation. It's almost like an electric blanket that it actually feels good because the external energy was, and you're fearful it could happen again. But look what comes in the whole area. I mean, I'm using the whole tarot thing tonight by interspersing these cards, and I've been putting, in houses where, tarot cards should go, Lenormand cards. But what I'm saying to you is that this is fraud. I think you've been a victim of fraud, and I think there's a betrayal, and I think you're very much on the lookout for that. And I think that's where a lot of your psychic gifts are coming in now, because with the moon coming in first, I think you can smell a scam a mile away.
Wow.
I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah.
Someone did tell her something that's really been upsetting for her. Jen is her roommate, so she's the other.
Oh, I was like, how is she knowing all that?
Yeah, no, she's in the room, and
really?
I think she's feeding the grandbaby, but she said she just can't walk away, but it was betrayal.
Yeah, and it was totally justifiable. Like, it's not like where you would tell someone, oh, you need to get over it or whatever. Like, no, that's not what I got from this at all.
Yeah. I hope that, I mean, it's not good to know, but you're verifying that it makes sense. Yeah.
Jen B, Jeff, I'm intuitive.
She has her own channel now, Jen does.
I read cards. That's my gift. The cards tell me what I need to know. I just channel. Yeah.
Well, Sherry, I sure wish a lot of love for you, my dear, in this situation. And did Mona, not Mona, sorry. Did Mel B come in? I haven't seen. Yeah. I haven't seen Mel B. I do have Lynn Hirorama, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday.
Mel's
That's
here.
wonderful, Lynn. And she's got COVID. Been so emotional last month. What's up with this? It's really never going to go away. Everybody thinks it will, but we really need our shots. We really need our. Between that, I've been very emotional myself. I just cry at the drop of a hat. And I don't really know what the hell's that's all about either, Lynn. But sorry to hear that you're going through this. I'm hearing that it's quite busy spiking, and they've just cut all the funding. But I know in my state, my governor is providing, and I think in California and Oregon, our 3 states are providing free COVID shots for anybody. So I know that doesn't help where you are, but these are things that need to be done. Yes. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Thank you, dear. Yeah. Oh, Mel, you are still here. We'll read you right after Lynn then, okay? Thank you, dear. And you'll be the last one. Yep. All right. All right. So
That's funny, Kendra, what you said about measles, because I think it was Sterling on Sunday that said to look out for measles this week. A big outbreak of measles somewhere.
And in South Carolina, that's right. Fortunately, I guess for me, I had the measles, I had the mumps, I had the German measles, and I've had the chicken pox, and I've had shingle shots. So, but somebody in California was supposedly had the bubonic. Yeah, that's amazing. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Yeah. I know, Anya, it is. It really is hard when you're listening to every news tidbit. You feel like you're losing control of your life. Yeah, you really do.
Lynn, they're telling me even more than the sickness, one teardrop in an ocean. You're a very stoic person,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mean stoic in the sense
It's not hard.
Not hard.
Not
what I
hard.
mean is you kind of trailblazed certain paths for yourself by going that route, and you never really stop to feel or allow yourself to feel internally what it is you need to. So when the COVID comes in, it's like worse because it's like it's unrelenting, and yet at the same time too, the feelings that you have inside that you haven't dealt with about something are unrelenting. That's what they're showing me. Let me run the cards through.
So I get gratitude, Lynn. Gratitude for your birthday, another year around the sun for you. And there's a feeling that this woman in this picture is presenting herself with a plate, and it's not full. And maybe you had a full plate, and this lowered your resistance to COVID. And, that can happen, and it can happen in crazy places. You go into the grocery store and there you are. You go to the doctor or the dentist's office. So we really do. And no, everybody's going to do what they want. But if I go out, I put a mask on. I really do. If I go into a building, and that's just me, not telling you to do that, but it's very hard because I'm hearing 3 weeks or so from many people who are saying that it takes that long to get over this one. And, it was this. Yes, that's right, Edward. It was in South Lake Tahoe. Caught the plague in August. That's right. Thank you. You're my memory for me, Edward. I'm getting here that you are very insightful, that, and insight is a wonderful thing to have because we can look at all the exterior, but if we can follow what's in our hearts and in our gut, then we will understand why these things happen. And I'm wondering again, if you needed to rest and who needs this to rest? And they're saying that you're very strong. And I don't think, I'm hoping that this isn't going to last you very long. So, and happy birthday anyway. I hope you got some cake and ice cream. Yeah.
Okay, so this kind of makes sense on 2 levels to me, the way I'm reading this. You got the Four of Pentacles reversed with the mice. So there tends to be this diminishment by you of, I don't know if in the past you've ignored the symptom, or if when you've looked at the symptom, you're like, I'm going to trudge through this. But with the key card and what you're sitting in, you feel like you're stronger than this disease, which on one hand is good. On the other hand, it's tricked you in the past. And it's like, this can be a card of sickness. I mean, if you look at it, it's almost like, clouds and moisture and whatever. This has been chronic, but you seem to not really give an F about it, which is, I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's like, I'm going to have to take this and I'm going to have to suck it up. So when you get the diagnosis, right, all these cards are really good for this. And I don't know why, but there was another thing I wanted to point out to you. You got the bouquet, which can be healing. And then it came in the house where, in a Celtic cross reading, of course, this isn't a tarot deck, but whatever. In a Celtic cross reading where the exterior energy or the outward energy is healing, I don't know if some of the people that you've been around, unbeknownst to you, have had COVID more than once too. But there's been this desire among you guys to rally around one another, is what I'm hearing. The burden of this is always with you. It's unrelenting to the point where when you sneeze, you're wondering if that means I have it. The other thing I wanted to point out was this, though. With the Four of Pentacles reversed and the mice, I feel like what Aley said in the beginning about your immune system being compromised or your immunity being down, I feel like that's not a money card. That's foundationally with a 4, because of or as a result of, and it just keeps eating away at you to the point where you totally feel sick. But it's funny because even in the midst of that, I don't know if you have a mind over matter mentality, but that's what I'm getting for you. Okay. I feel like God throws this at you because you can handle it, which sounds really stupid because that's a pandemic. But the only thing I can think of is that there's something about you with this that seems to overcome it each time. And I feel like you're going to have it. I mean, I don't know how many times you've had it, but I feel like you've had it more than 3 times, or at least 3 times. That's what they're telling me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jeff. All right. So, Mel B, thank you for letting us know you were here. And I'm going to say, hell yes. If that's what you want to do, you should. But let's see what the cards say. Yeah. We need as many psychologists, teachers, beautiful people that have degrees, nursing, doctors, medical people. We need all that.
We need more people in the humanities too, given the political climate. We need more people in politics or civics or aesthetics and
that aren't corrupt.
Well, I just feel like we've lost some of that too.
Yeah.
The younger generation might be suffering as a result of that, and that's kind of the way the vote tipped. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I got some really interesting cards for you. It seems more like this should be a love reading, but I think you will love this psychology. I get the Cupid's arrow, which means you fall in love with what you're doing. I get the intimate kiss, where you can say to yourself, wow, this is really, really good. It's like an intimate communication that you can have with others in your class, people that understand you, and you have a really good communication. And not only that, it's in your DNA to do it. It's like you were meant to work with people who need help that way. And I know that's really, really short, but to me, it speaks volumes because they're all about falling in love with an idea, and looks like you'll really enjoy it.
I'm getting yes, but for a different reason. And I know I'm getting a yes because the first thing I heard was abnormal psychology. It's almost like with the shadow work and psychic work, it's like what came in was the Three of Pentacles reversed. Sort of what when Aley said other people like you, this isn't what I'm getting is the reason for yes. I'm getting the reason for yes is because then I got the Death card. It's like a chronic obsession with you. Like you want to study. I think it's about you. I think it's about learning about the psychology of you. It's a plan that is well conceived. So I got the Two of Pentacles. I also got the Page of Swords reversed in the past. I feel like you might have been discouraged or freaked out by something with it. As you might have taken Psych 101, but it wasn't enough, or you had a bad teacher or something. But you still wanted to do more. The fear, you have a fear of something with it. I don't know why. I don't know if there's something here where revelatory or I don't know if you really like school. Maybe that's what it is. But
if there's a separation, when you go back as an older person, you sometimes find you really do.
And so the current energy is like you're bedeviled by it on one level. I'm wondering if there's someone in your immediate circle that you want to do this for too. The Page of Cups reverse came in, which means to me it's identity. If it's about psychology, in this case, the Page of Cups reversed is about studying the identity issues that maybe make for these sorts of things to be interesting. So that's the energy you're attracting to do it. King of Pentacles. I kind of think maybe for a career choice, you might be trying to upgrade. And then Queen of Cups reversed. There's the darkness. The hope and fear is what you're going to find out about the goodness versus the shadow and the light again. That's confirming that for me. And then the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Do it, but they're telling me do it with caution. Make sure that when you do it and you're practicing it, if you do get like an advanced degree in it, that they're telling me don't project some of your own stuff onto others with it, because the Seven's about the plan and the harvest. And I think they gave me an immediate yes on it, but just be careful because there's this shadow and light bit in the psychic part. It's almost like the marrying of two different things, but there is some, psychology comes from, something else, that might have been more primitive. But there's this shadow ability in you I think you want to tap into. And I feel like that's part of this. That's all.
Okay. All right. Jeff, would you mind, Willow is asking if she could have a general reading before we go. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
It's still early.
All right. Trooper isn't at the door.
No, he's downstairs for the night with Uncle.
For the night, yeah. Okay.
I wish he were up here.
I know. I do know. I'm miserable all day. My two dogs that are here live in with him. They don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
And then when I go to bed, they come and then they want to smuck up next to me and I can't sleep. But everybody keep your fingers crossed because I have my name in to adopt a Maltese. And I don't know if I'll get her or not, but I'm trying because I miss my baby. I miss having my own dog with me, So I don't know. But yeah, I bet you want him there. Yeah. He's just so fun.
He's like, as you said before, like you said on a show today, he's either rascal or precocious or something.
Yeah, he's a rascal.
He is.
Yeah, I love him. And I love the way that he and Brody are like they've been together forever.
They love each other. Yeah,
they do.
Like the other Braden, when they got Brody was not welcomed by Braden for like the first 3 months. And Brody had his uncle died. Brody's uncle was the dog. What was his name? Baxter that was living here at the time, but he had a brain tumor or something.
Oh, okay.
So he felt he had to get another one.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
he did. Yeah.
Well, he found
Then
a
Trooper came in the mix when Braden died. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
think
the
it's
preferred
nice.
breed of his family too is a Sheltie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
I've never had a boy. I've only had girl Shelties, but
We have
they
one
are.
girl, but she only liked my aunt. She didn't like guys.
Oh, well, that can happen.
Bridget was her name. Yeah.
All right. So, Tamitha, I got Temperance, and this is really hard because it says in love, it's to heal rifts and avoid ego. I don't think that's you at all. And money is cooperation and peace in the workplace. But isn't temperance balance, Jeff? What would you say if
It
you
can be
pulled?
temperance, balance, or discretion, or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, you're having to do this by yourself right now. And so things are difficult. The second one I get is, oh my God, is the Six of Swords, which is moving into calmer waters. And I know that's where you're headed eventually. And I love this because it's moving from one place to another. And that's what your life is right now. Even if it's just to drive your car from this place to that place. I know you're having trouble with your dog because she doesn't like driving in the car with you. I'm almost thinking she's determined to stay with you, though, that she's saying, I'll get used to it because I love you so much. And this isn't put on you as a guilt thing. I think you and your dog were meant to be together. But again, that's your choice. You're a dreamer, and you're going to get back to that dream as soon as you get to your destination, which I know what it is. But in order for you to feel more secure in your own life, and I just love you, girl. I do. I was lucky enough to meet her in South Carolina when I was on my trip, and she's just a lovely person.
So Willow, I have the shakes right now. There's a lot of like nervous energy starting to kick in here, and the cards, what I'm feeling confirms it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not in. I don't necessarily know what type of male figure or chronic or mother that you might have had that might have been one of those types of people where enough was never enough, or I don't know which parent it was, but I kind of feel
it's her mother. It's her mother. Yep.
Kind of feel from this that the what you could give was never enough. Then I got sitting in this energy too. It was like, well, what do you want me to be? Like I've done this and I've done this, but yet by the same token too, the identity issue with the Page of Cups or the offer or the outreach always had to come from you. It never had to come from her. And and then finally someone just totally was like, I've had it. And I don't know if it was abuse, verbal abuse, or what it was, but there's something in here that's telling me you're like the heavy hand of what you're saying and what you've done through the years that has shown me what you are, has led me to this place where I can't get out of my own way. And it kept going and going to the point where you had to readjust and recalibrate your plans, because this is a plan upright, kind of what Aley said, that you're going in the right direction. You had to redefine that plan because it was just going to keep going on and hurting you if you didn't change the direction. And for so long, you've hoped and hoped and hoped against hope. But her dark side, she can't deal with. So guess what? Foundationally, you had to get away from that. And I feel like some of your relationships too might have been as a result of the relationship you had with her, in the sense that there were people telling you weren't good enough.
Mhm. She had a real shit show happen to her. It was very, very unfair. And yeah. Oh, her name is Maureen. Okay. And Maureen, I get jealousy. Oh
Yeah,
my.
with the Queen of Cups, that's reversed. It's jealousy. Can be.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because she usually thinks of her mother as the King of Pentacles. And if you think about that, there's that dictatorial sort of thing. If she comes
Yeah,
across
it was
man,
weird because it was like I
yeah,
wanted to say a man, but and then
yeah,
when you guys stopped me, like, no, it is her mother, Jeff. Like I wanted to say father. I might have,
yeah.
but I'm like,
Well, she had
it doesn't
issues
feel
there.
like the father,
Oh.
but if there were issues with the dad too, I felt, yeah.
Mhm. Wow. Yes, dear. I will answer your email and let's catch up, please, Willow. Much love to you, and thank you, Jeff. And if you weren't here in the beginning of the show, then you don't know that you need to buy Jeff's new book called Word of Mouth. It's fabulous, and he's fabulous. So there you go. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you
Um,
guys.
much love. Yep.
I always have fun with Aley. Have a
I
good
know
night.
we do. We have a good time. Thank you. Bye-bye.